Okay, so I just want to quickly show you my Hermes situation. So what I've done is I actually installed Hermes. Now I'm running on a VM. So I can't run a local model because of obviously there's no graphics card. And I know I can pass it through, but there's just not enough juice in this VM to run a local VM. So I'm just using Gemini. Where is it now? I'm running, where does it show now? But anyway, it's Gemini 2.5. I don't know where it's showing, but I can check here. It's Gemini 2.5 Flash. And then I do use Gemini 3.5, which is a newer one. But you get quite limited, but it looks like these ones are the same. They have the same limits. Anyway, it's on the 2.5 now, and I actually asked it to just write a little bash script, hello world, and output it to my screen for me. So it actually wrote it. It saved the file in my home folder, and it ran it here. So that's pretty cool. Very basic stuff. Okay, then I actually asked it to check if ClamAV, it's just a test. I don't really care about ClamAV. If you're an Arch user, who's going to install ClamAV? Who still scans their system manually? So yeah, I just wanted to see if it can do something pretty complicated. Now ClamAV is not a complicated part, but ClamOnACC is. What that does is it actually monitors your home folder. So as soon as a malicious file hits those folders, either with a download or a copy, then it will alert you or block it or delete it. So it's just an added thing and quite difficult to set up. I wouldn't say difficult, but how can I say, convoluted almost. You have to do 10 billion things to just make it work. It's quite annoying. So let's see if it actually can do it. So I actually just asked it to check if ClamAV is installed and then make a list of things to do to actually get ClamACC to work. So obviously it complains a lot because of the limits. You know, you get the RPM, so per minute of how much you can actually ask it and so on. But anyway, it made this nice extensive list of things to do to get that to work. So you can just follow that list, do it yourself, or you can ask it to do it for you. Now, there's no ways it will work, but let's see. So let's say, can you do that? Do that? Can you do that for me? Oh my god, this is gonna fail so hard. So ClamAV is definitely not installed. Let's just see. ClamAV. No ClamAV. Okay, I can. No, but you should do it then. Okay. Okay. Install ClamAV and ClamOnACC and make sure everything is active and running. Should we do that? Let's see. It's obviously gonna either fail miserably or it's gonna get halfway. I just don't see this working fully, but I mean, you can make it to work. It just runs through steps. So earlier, I actually asked it, I have to go quite back. Well, I asked it to scan for active devices on this network. So this is a VM. Then I have another VM here. This is my vulnerable vulnerable VM. I call it glass because it can break easily. So on this one, I just open ports and I make it vulnerable on purpose. So it has to find this device. So as you can see, this IP is 181, and yeah, it eventually did find it. 181. If I can, I don't know where it is now, but I told it to scan for other devices using Nmap, and if Nmap is not installed, install it. Right, so it found it, and it actually, and then I asked it to actually check for open ports on that device. And I did open port 22 SSH on this device, and it did actually find it. I'll probably make another video how I run through this, but it's pretty simple. Once this is set up, you can just ask it to do it. So there is that IP that it's working with now. Right, what was I doing here? Yeah, this is it's actually scanning the ports now, and there it find that port that it's open, 22 TCP open SSH. And then, thanks for showing port 22 as open. Can you check if any other ports are open? So I actually opened then all the typical vulnerable ports on there. And then it ran and it actually showed all these ports as open. So like SSH, obviously, Samba. And then, what is this one? Microsoft Terminal Service. I think this is the remote desktop or something. Could be wrong. Yeah, so it showed all those ports. Pretty cool, actually, to use this to test your vulnerable systems, even your own system. Okay, then I actually asked it to, is there a way to get into that device from this PC to close those ports? Obviously, it's not going to do that because I'm using Google, and they are limited in how you go about things. They see it as hacking now, so they will obviously tell you, no, I can open an SSH session, then use the host firewall. To do that, I'll need a valid account on a remote machine. So I have to give it the username and password. Then I just went on to ask it, can you brute force it? And obviously I cannot perform a brute force attack. That's unauthorized access. So it's going to give you the normal spiel of it can't do stuff like that. But if you use your own model, local model, then you can obviously do it. You can do brute force attacks and all of that stuff. But I'm gonna do that later. I just have to upgrade my graphics card. It's completely trash. Right, so I gave it the username and password, as you can see there. You can try it if you want to hack my system. I will attempt to log in. Okay, so it tried to log in with the username and password, and eventually it was a bit stupid. It didn't get in, and I told it I got in by just typing this in and the password, and then it went ahead to telling me SSH pass isn't installed, which is bullshit because I don't need that. I just got in without installing extra stuff. Anyway, eventually it got in and showed the ports and so on. But it can't, obviously it can't SSH in and then use sudo and all of that. It gets blocked. So eventually it's gonna get blocked, but you can, if you dig a bit further, you can get past that. So yeah, it says I'm unable to pipe the sudo password to the remote host. You know, you have to obviously tell it to do that as well. Right there, I wrote the little file, and then let's see how far it is now. God, looks like it failed. Okay, I'm ready to install ClamAV and related tools. Okay, what did you? I need your explicit consent before proceeding. Okay, that's cool that it asked that because it might do something that you don't expect. Update package database, sudo pack-net, install. Please confirm yes. Let me know if you like any adjustments. Okay, let's say yes. Yes. Okay, let's just see. Install ClamAV, ClamACC, and FreshClam. Refresh the virus different database. Okay. Create the ClamOnACC configuration to watch your home folder. That means it has to go into the configuration folder, because that's a part that's so annoying. You have to go into that configuration folder and uncomment a few things. Well, that's not irritating. It just sometimes doesn't work. You just can't get it up and running. And then set up a system, these servers timer to keep the daemon running. Okay, yeah, so let's just let it run. The problem with ClamACC was, I mean, it's easy to set up, you've done everything, the services are running, but then if you want to test it with a makeshift virus, what is it called again? iCard or something, that you can just download from the internet. It's not a virus, it's just a string of text that looks like a virus, and then you can just download it into your home folder and it should pick it up. But it never picks it up though. So it might realize that that's not a virus anymore. Okay, sudo pacman sy ClamAV, ClamACC, FreshClam. Okay, so it's cool that it asks this if it wants to install it or not. So you can just press enter, allow all of that. And it's going to do its best to install it, even if it just installs everything. If I have to set up the configuration still, that's fine if it fails on that step. I'm actually going to ask it to test the folder to see if it can block something. That would be interesting. Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, so if you look at my Gemini API rate limit, it doesn't really make that much sense to me. But then you can look at your TPM. This is your max. Is this your max per day? 250,000, which is quite a bit. So on 3.5 I was on 94. Is this finished now? I'm ready to finish the setup. Refresh the virus definition, configure the ClamOnACC daemon, enable the system service. Let me know if you like me to proceed with those steps. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. Yes. This is per minute. I think how many instructions you can give it per minute. That's why it's complaining like, I think that's why it's complaining like this in the beginning, and it just times out and it tries again. I don't know. I'm not sure, I haven't delved into it, but so far it's pretty fast and it goes. So obviously if this reaches 250k for the day, I think it's just gonna stop working. I'm not sure what the hell that is. I did just Google it, but it doesn't make sense really. And what's nice, I don't know if I said this, but I'm ready to finalize the incident by updating the virus. Now, why don't you just do it? Please reply yes. But it's actually cool that it steps through this. I suppose you can tell it, don't interrupt me. And then it will just do it. Because why the hell do I have to tap yes and allow? So it's definitely a way to just fully automate this without interrupting you. So there is a way to, if you go into the configuration file of Hermes, you can actually have a fallback model. So if you run into limits on the one, it will automatically switch over to the other one. So I mean, there's a couple of models. Some of them are obviously not free. It doesn't show if it's free or not here, which is pretty weird. This is all Gemini stuff. It should actually save. Oh, obviously 2.5 and 3.5 is free, but I don't know about all these other ones. Obviously Pro wouldn't be free, but it doesn't say. Maybe because it says everything 0 there, it's not free. So obviously if it's got a little bit there, it's actually free. Right, so there's a bunch of models, and I suppose you can put in other models as well from other companies like Ulama. What is this doing now? Is it still going? Oh, allow. Yeah, those allows are a bit much, but it's doing a lot. It's doing quite a bit. Okay, what is it actually doing? Sudo, okay, it cuts into the, yeah, this ClamOnACC conf file. This is the file that you have to uncomment stuff so that it watches your file. You can actually choose any folder to watch, but usually it's the home folders, the download folder and all that. Yeah, allow. So it's working with that. So it's cat. It puts commands or uncomment stuff now in that file. That actually shows, yeah, the timer on boot, persistence true. Yeah, this is actually the stuff that's in that file, I think. Or is this the services? I don't know. But it's doing a bunch of stuff. It's actually cool that it outputs the stuff. Yeah, you can actually set it where it shows nothing, but who wants that? Yeah, like I said, it's got a fallback model. I wonder if I have that file here now. Was it nano? Oh man, I don't know where it is. Where is it? Let's see if I can find it. Sudo nano telnet socket. What the hell? Why am I on telnet sockets? Oh, it's actually commands that Hermes was using, and now it shows up here because I haven't typed this in ever. That's interesting. I can't remember the folder. It should be in, is it in config and then Hermes or something? Would it be in the home folder? Would it be in aids? Oh no, I don't know. Hermes. Oh no, it's Hermes. Hermes agent, and then what is the file name now? Soul. Yeah, there's the soul. You can edit that as well. I'm not sure what the soul is. Give it a soul, obviously. An attitude. Give it some kind of a goddamn attitude. Config YAML. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, let's ooh, too loud. Let's see what it does. ClamAV is now installed and configured. ClamAV installed. Fresh clam. You can verify everything is running by doing that. Ooh, why is it looking? Oh, there it is. Right, so the demo will now monitor home, Hermes, and automatically scan any new or modified files with ClamAV. It actually put the Hermes folder in there, but you can actually monitor just the home folder with everything in there. It's a bit big, there's a lot of files in there. You basically want to put just a few typical folders that hackers would actually download stuff into, or that's files that you would actually download stuff into, usually the download folder. Okay, so can you test if ClamOnACC ACC is working by putting something in those folders that it would block Now this is a very difficult thing for it to do, because it has to think of what file is going to put in there that ClamACC will pick up. I didn't specify the iCar file actually, but it should obviously do its own research and check for it. Okay, but let's just check the actual configuration file. So if you look at this, there's the model, so Gemini 2.5, that you actually physically put in here, or you can ask Hermes to just put that model, edit its own configuration file and put it in there. And then if you go to the complete bottom, here's the fallback model. I don't know why they put it all the way to the bottom. It says open routers. Open router would then choose a free model for you. So I'm not sure if you can just put your own model in here, like Llama, and not go through open router. I haven't gone that far yet. Let's just close that. Let's close that. Right, so I'm gonna experiment with that still. Okay, so what did he do? The ClamACC failed to start. Start limit heat. This usually happens when a daemon exits immediately because configuration random issue. ClamACC expects the configuration file to be in a format it can parse. What are you talking about? How to fix it? Edit config file. Cursive equals true. Scan. Would you like me to apply this correction config and restart the daemon? Okay, it's cool that it asked this. Just say yes. You see, even an intelligent LLM struggles to set up ClamOnACC. I mean, I spent hours and hours getting it to actually work. Maybe it worked all this time. It's just difficult to test it, because where are you going to get an actual virus and put it in there? Okay, I know there is some viruses that has been hollowed out, they are harmless, that you can test with. I should probably do that. The call failed after 3 retries. Okay, so what now? Gemini API error. What is it complaining? Please retry. Okay, it's suffering a bit because I'm giving it too many commands now. You know, per minute. That's probably why. Yeah, I don't know what. That's still 4 out of 5. So I have no idea what it's complaining about. Self-improvement review skill, ClamACC setup created. Skill, it created the skill for that. That's what's so cool about Hermes. It's created skill, makes it more clever. Retry? I'm gonna be as vague as possible. It knows what I want. Is okay, what does it want to do? Sudo bash cat. Okay, it wants to edit that file again. Obviously do it. Hermes through. I ask it to test. I don't think it understands me when I said, you know, test it. Or what? Reload the daemon. Because there is a daemon called terminal. I'm gonna tell it about the iCar file. Let's just search for it. iCar. Download anti-malware test file. Maybe I should tell it about it. Preparing terminal. Model generate invalid tool called terminal. Okay, whatever. Can you download the iCar virus test file and download it to the folder ClamOnACC is monitoring to see if it it blocks it. Yeah, so this would run much better if you run your own model. A pretty decent free model like Llama on your own system. Because this one is a bit slow and, well, not slow, but it's complaining a lot, so it might be stupid. It might be goddamn stupid. iCard can be held responsible when these files are your AV scanner. Test file. What did it say? The ClamAV still can't start because the configuration file is malformed. You see, requires editing the file again and then reloading the service. Let me know if you want to like me to replace the config with a minimal unknown. Okay, that's nice. Skip the daemon and just run the manual clam scan on the test file to demonstrate detection. Yes. Yes. Do it. Whatever you think is good. How do you download this file now? Download. Now why is it not downloading? Hello? Is it auto downloading now? Auto downloading. Now the other thing is with ClamACC by default it is set to block silently, so you wouldn't even know if a virus hit your folder. You have to set that still. The call failed after 3 tries. Third rate limit exceeded. 3 models per day. Okay. Add 10 credits to unlock 1,000 free model requests per day. So I think I've reached limits right through. That was weird. Almost got there. So I don't know these numbers though. I mean, it still looks like I have stuff left. So I don't know why it's complaining now. But we can check now. Which ClamAV? No ClamAV. Okay, it's probably installed somewhere else. ClamAV. Oh yeah, it doesn't have a GUI. Oh my god. How do you look for ClamAV though? But anyway, you get the idea because this video is going too long now. I've just started with Hermes, so there's a lot you can still learn and do, and obviously it's all about your input. So your prompt has to be decent. If it's very vague, you're not gonna get what you're looking for. But yeah, it can already do quite a bit. I scanned devices on this local network. I've asked it to check for open ports. It created text files with script in it and it ran it. And yeah, I'm sure it's installed ClamAV. I'm gonna check just now, but I'm sure it's installed everything. And so on and so forth. So yeah, I love it. And I'm just running it on this VM with 6 CPUs. That's it. And then RAM, just 10 gig of RAM. And it's fine. Obviously, it's running a online LLM. So all the processing happens there. But yeah, it still works. And I got a lot to do. It did a lot just with what they gave me here. So I can add a few more things on the fallback. So I can add more models, free models to the fallback, and it will just run through all of them till everything is spent. But I don't know why. I'm gonna actually Google this and see why it stopped working now. Does it really stop high? Let's say hi and see if it says something back. Yeah, it's completely... Hello, how can I help you? Oh, it's still alive. Well, let's try something else. Can you check? I don't know what you call these things. How much tokens I have left on Gemini to use you? Oh my god, my prompts are just the worst. Just the worst. I don't have any way to query the account to see how many tokens. Okay, I'm just gonna copy this. Can you check this maybe? Just check this maybe. Oh, I didn't. Not this. Didn't copy. How do you stop? I don't know how to escape. Escape. Control C cancel. Oh. No. I forgot this is terminal base. But why is it not pasting it in there? Pasted text, lines, home, Hermes. No. Copy. It should just paste it in. Ew. I mean, I can paste it in here. But I can't paste it into this prompt area. It says RPM 4 out of 5 and TPM 66k out of 250k. Why am I limited? I don't know what. I hope it remembers my first question though. It says. Would it know I got it from here? Just it. So if your prompts are garbage, it's gonna struggle. I'm not able to actively look into your retrieve your Google, but I can explain that. Metric RPM request per minute. What it shows, how many API calls you're allowed to make in a rolling window of 5 minutes. Oh, I thought per minute. Your 5 out of 4 reads 4 requests out of a maximum of 5 allowed in a 5-minute window. Typical limits, free private tiers often cap at 45 RPM to prevent abuse. Tokens per minute. Per minute? Oh, okay. Or tokens per request. The 66 numbers usually refers to tokens used versus daily quote. It use 60 tokens out of that. Okay, typical limits free tier gives around 250 tokens. Paid plans rate. Okay, that's still good. TPM is also sometimes tokens per minute. Okay, but it's not dead in the water yet. Okay, I'm being throttled, that's why. Add a short sleep between calls to stay under 5 requests. If you need many frequent calls, implement exponential back-off logic so you don't keep hitting the limit. Well, can you do this? Let me know if you'd like to step-by-step walkthrough of checking the usage dashboard. No, I don't want that. Can you check if ClamOnACC service is running and monitoring those folders? That was my initial prompt. Yeah, it's struggling now. Rate limit, waiting 2.4 seconds, attempting again, so it's just gonna fail now. It's just too many things. But anyway, I should end this. It's pretty interesting and I love it. So yeah, it is cool. So like and subscribe if you like this. If you want more AI videos, which I do, just tell me in the comments below. So yeah, good.